Welcome to the X Project podcast. This is a podcast of the X Project Substack. To subscribe, please go to thexproject.substack.com. The Great Demographic Reversal: Aging Societies, Waning Inequality, and an Inflation Revival. A summary of the book written by Charles Goodhart and Manoj Pradhan, 2020. Article number 22, published January 6th, 2023. In this podcast, the X Project will answer these questions. First, why this book and what's it about? Second, who are the authors? Third, how popular is the book? Fourth, what does the X Project guy have to say? Fifth, what is one of the top takeaways from the book? Sixth, what is another top takeaway? Seventh, what is the third top takeaway? Eighth, what is the fourth top takeaway? Ninth, what is the fifth top takeaway? And 10th, why should you care? Section 1, why this book and what's it about? In an era where buzzwords like AI, blockchain, and quantum computing dominate the discourse, Charles Goodhart and Manoj Pradhan's The Great Demographic Reversal emerges as a riveting anomaly. The book isn't just a read, it's a journey into the undercurrents of our global economy, driven by forces as ancient as time: demographics. Goodhart and Pradhan, with their incisive intellect, unravel how aging populations, declining birth rates, and the consequent shrinking workforce are not just footnotes in economic theories, but potent catalysts that will reshape our world. At its core, the book audaciously forecasts the economic and political climate of the near future, extrapolating from demographic trends. The authors argue that the era of abundant labor and low inflation, which has underpinned much of the economic stability and growth since the 1980s, is waning. This reversal, they assert, will have profound implications on everything from interest rates to the balance of global economic power. Their narrative is not just a compilation of data and trends. It's a compelling story about how the most fundamental aspect of our existence, the human population, shapes our world. Section 2, who are the authors? According to Wikipedia, Charles Albert Eric Goodhart is a British economist. His career can be divided into two sections: his term with the Bank of England and its associated public policy, and his academic work with the London School of Economics. Charles Goodhart's work focuses on central bank governance practices and monetary frameworks. He also conducted academic research into foreign exchange markets. He is best known for formulating Goodhart's law, which states, quote, "When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure," end quote. According to Texas A&M International University, which hosted Manoj Pradhan as a speaker, he is founder of Talking Heads Macroeconomics, an independent research firm. Dr. Pradhan was most recently managing director at Morgan Stanley, where he led the global economics team. He joined Morgan Stanley in 2005 after serving on the faculty of George Washington University and the State University of New York. Dr. Pradhan works on thematic global macroeconomics with a focus on emerging markets. He has a PhD in economics from George Washington University and a master's in finance from the London Business School. Section 3, how popular is the book? According to Amazon, here are the book's rankings. number 63 in macroeconomics, number 112 in economic policy, and number 124 in international economics. Customer reviews are 4.4 out of 419 ratings. Section 4. What does the X Project guy have to say? This is the 12th book covered by the X Project. When the X Project first launched, I wanted to set a foundation for the general themes and theses that underpin my thinking on the X Project topics of commodities, demographics, economics, energy, geopolitics, government debt and deficits, interest rates, markets, and money. And so, my first two articles outline the top 20 most influential books I've read. The first article, most influential books read in 2022 or before, and the second article, most influential books read in 2023. And here's the list of the first 11 books I've covered so far. The Fourth Turning, An American Prophecy by Neil Howe and William Strauss, 1996. The Next 100 Years, A Forecast for the 21st Century by George Friedman, 2009. This Time is Different, 8 Centuries of Financial Folly by Carmen Reinhart and Ken Rogoff, 2009. The Accidental Superpower, The Next Generation of American Preeminence and the Coming Global Disorder by Peter Zeihan, 2014. Flashpoints, The Emerging Crisis in Europe by George Friedman, 2015. The Silk Roads, A New History of the World by Peter Frankopan, 2015. The Absent Superpower, The Shale Revolution in a World Without America by Peter Zeihan, 2016. Fed Up, An Insider's Take on Why the Federal Reserve is Bad for America by Danielle DiMartino Booth, 2017. The Storm Before the Calm, America's Discord, the Coming Crisis of the 2020s, and the Triumph Beyond by George Friedman, 2020. Disunited Nations, The Scramble for Power in an Ungoverned World by Peter Zeihan, 2020. And Trade Wars Are Class Wars, How Rising Inequality Distorts the Global Economy and Threatens International Peace by Matthew C. Klein and Michael Pettis, 2020. Peter Zeihan first introduced the importance of understanding demographics to me. While his books introduce and reference the issues of demographics, he has videos and presentations that go much deeper into the topic. If you are interested, much of the data and many of those videos can be found in a link in the article. The Great Demographic Reversal made it onto the list of books because I wanted a second opinion on demographics. It did not disappoint, largely confirming Zeihan's assertions and conclusions about demographics. However, the book is also a roadmap to understanding and navigating the economic and political landscapes of the future, and I think Zeihan would agree with Goodhart and Pradhan. After this book, I have 8 more to cover. At this point, I have been interspersing a book summary article with an article on an X Project topic, which means I will be done covering my initial list of 20 books by the end of February. Section 5. What is one of the top takeaways from the book, The Great Demographic Reversal? The end of deflationary pressure. Global economies have enjoyed low inflation for decades, largely due to the vast labor supply from China and the reintegration of post-communist Eastern European countries. Goodhart and Pradhan predict this era is ending. As populations age and labor becomes scarce, wages rise, sparking inflationary pressures unseen in recent history. This shift challenges conventional monetary policies and demands a rethinking of economic strategies globally. Section 6. What is another top takeaway? Healthcare and pension systems in crisis. The book paints a grim picture of the future of public finances, especially concerning healthcare and pensions. With fewer young people to support an aging population, the strain on these systems will be immense. This demographic imbalance could lead to increased government borrowing, higher taxes, and potentially the re-evaluation of the very structure of welfare states. Section 7. What is the third top takeaway? Shift in global economic power. One of the most provocative themes is the forecasted shift in global economic power. As Western nations grapple with aging populations, countries with younger demographics, for example, parts of Africa, South Asia, and India, could see their economic influence surge. This shift might redefine global trade dynamics and geopolitical alliances. Section 8. What is the fourth top takeaway? Rethinking immigration policies. Immigration emerges as a pivotal theme in the book. The authors suggest that countries might need to radically rethink their immigration policies to mitigate the labor shortage caused by aging populations. This could lead to a more globalized labor market with significant socio-political implications. Section 9. What is the fifth top takeaway? A call for proactive policymaking. Finally, Goodhart and Pradhan's work is a clarion call for proactive and innovative policymaking. The demographic trends are irreversible. Thus, governments and institutions must anticipate and plan for these changes. This involves everything from rethinking fiscal policies to innovating healthcare and redefining the social contract between the state and its citizens. Section 10. Why should you care? Demographic realities are unavoidable. The first two takeaways are destined to become realities, and in fact, they already are. The United States Social Security and Medicare obligations have helped drive our country into a state of fiscal dominance, a concept the X Project introduced in the article titled Fiscal Dominance, What the Heck is it and Why Does it Matter? Article number 6. The X Project explored the issue further in the article titled An Introduction to Inflation, What is its relationship to interest rates, government debt deficits, and fiscal dominance? Article number 9. The bottom line is that the next couple of decades are destined to be very different from the past several decades. Are you prepared for what this means? Is your investment portfolio and its asset allocation positioned to be shielded from the risks and to take advantage of the opportunities? Is your company or business aware? How will your occupation and your kids' future be impacted? This is the very essence of why the X Project exists. Please help ensure the X Project can continue its mission by hitting the heart icon indicating you like this article, sharing this article and prior articles and podcasts with anyone and everyone you know and care about. By considering a paid subscription, the paywall will go up within a few days, restricting each new article's final sections to paid subscribers only. All paid subscriptions in January will come with a free 30-day trial. Every month, for the cost of 2 cups of coffee, The X Project will deliver 10 articles per month. That's $1 per article, helping you know in 1 to 2 hours of your time per month what you need to know about our changing world at the intersection of commodities, demographics, economics, energy, geopolitics, government, debt and deficits, interest rates, markets, and money. By being generous and aggressive and referring friends, click the link to see the rewards where you can earn free paid subscriptions, as well as the link to use for making referrals. Thank you. This concludes the X Project's podcast number 22. Please subscribe to the X Project Substack at thexproject.substack.com.